She looked you in the eyes and said, I love you, but deep down you felt something was missing. You've given your time, your money, your heart, yet somehow you're still terrified she could walk away tomorrow. I'm going to tell you something most men never hear because it's uncomfortable, maybe even painful. Women don't stay for what you do for them. They stay for how you make them feel about themselves. You can buy gifts, solve problems, protect and provide, but if she doesn't feel something deep and real when she's with you, she's already drifting. Not because she's cold-hearted, but because emotions are her compass, her survival instinct. It's not evil, it's human. From a young age, women learn that the world doesn't hand them power. They have to sense it, navigate it. They don't measure love by effort alone, they measure it by energy, your presence, your certainty, your ability to make her feel safe not just physically, but emotionally. That's the truth no one wants to tell you because it strips away the illusion that sacrifice equals loyalty. You can slave for her, work double shifts, remember every anniversary, bend over backwards to keep her happy. But if all that effort comes from fear, fear of losing her, fear of being alone, she will feel that weakness, and she will withdraw, not out of cruelty, but instinct. Women are loyal to emotional gravity, to the man whose presence pulls her back even when the world tries to drag her away. This isn't about becoming cold, it's about becoming grounded. When you act from strength instead of desperation, she respects you. When you have purpose beyond her, she leans in. When you're calm in chaos, she trusts you. Women don't want perfection. They want truth, stability, energy they can feel in their bones. So ask yourself, are you giving because you choose to or because you're afraid? Are you a foundation or are you begging to be needed? Because one makes her stay and the other makes her leave in silence. The world taught you to win her with effort, but no one taught you how to hold yourself when the effort isn't enough. This is your wake-up call, not to hate women, not to withdraw, but to master the one thing she truly follows, your emotional strength. And if that scares you, good. Growth always starts where comfort ends. This is the moment you stop chasing and start becoming. Today. You've spent your life thinking love is earned through sacrifice, through being the good guy, through proving your loyalty again and again. But let me tell you a truth that will either set you free or break your illusions. A woman doesn't fall for a man because of what he gives her. She falls for the way she feels in his presence, desired yet safe, challenged yet cherished, free yet held. When that emotional current disappears, she doesn't argue, she doesn't fight. She drifts, slowly, quietly, like a ship cutting its anchor in the night. You think loyalty is built on history, on years together, shared plans, promises. But in her mind, it's built on something far more powerful, emotional certainty. Does she feel seen? Does she feel understood? Does she feel like she can trust your strength more than her fears? These are the questions her heart asks every day, even when her lips stay silent. Men think giving more will fix everything. More attention, more apologies, more gifts. But women don't crave more. They crave depth. It's not about how many times you text her. It's about whether you're the type of man whose silence speaks confidence, not anxiety. She reads your body language, your tone, your energy more than your words. You cannot fake peace. You cannot fake purpose. Listen closely. If she senses that your world collapses without her, she won't feel safe with you. She wants to be part of your life, not the reason it holds together. The moment she feels you're clinging to her like a lifeline, she starts to pull away, not because she doesn't care, but because she can't trust a man who has no stable ground of his own. You've been taught to worship her, to make her your entire universe. But no woman wants to be a man's universe. She wants to orbit a man who already has one. A man who wakes up with direction, who knows his value with or without her approval. That's the kind of man a woman never truly leaves, even if distance or life gets in the way. Because she isn't loyal to comfort. She's loyal to gravity. Emotional, mental, spiritual gravity. So ask yourself, are you the anchor or the one drowning while trying to hold her? Are you leading your life or waiting for her to give you permission to exist? The answer determines whether she stays or silently lets go. Ready for the truth? Then keep listening. There's a silent moment in every relationship where she looks at you, not at your face, not at your achievements, but at your core. She's asking herself a question she'll never speak out loud. Can I trust his strength more than I trust my fears? If the answer is no, it doesn't matter how much you've done for her, how much you've given, or how deeply you love, she will emotionally check out long before she physically walks away. And you'll feel it. The short replies, the distant eyes, the laughter that stops reaching her soul. Women aren't heartless, they're protectors of their emotions. When she feels your presence is rooted in fear, fear of losing her, fear of not being enough, she senses instability. Instability to a woman is like fire. It burns everything she tries to build with you. She won't always explain it. She might not even understand it fully, but she'll feel it, and she'll start pulling away to survive the emotional collapse she thinks is coming. You think effort proves love, but to her, effort without strength feels like desperation, and desperation kills attraction faster than absence. You could be the man who gives her everything, yet still be the man she doesn't choose. Why? Because she isn't loyal to comfort, she's loyal to certainty. To the man who knows who he is, with or without her. To the man who can say no when needed, who doesn't fold under pressure, who doesn't change his entire identity just to keep her happy. Let me be brutally clear. She doesn't want to be your entire purpose. She wants to join a man who already has one, a man who can love her deeply but still walk away if it costs him his self-respect. That kind of man is rare, and that kind of man is unforgettable. He doesn't beg for love, he doesn't chase validation. He creates a life worth inviting someone into. And if you're listening to this feeling a cold truth in your chest, good. It means your heart still wants to grow. Stop trying to buy loyalty with comfort. Build it with presence, purpose, and emotional strength. Because the woman who truly sees that in you, she won't just stay, she'll fight to keep you. But if you don't become that man, no amount of love will be enough to make her stay. You've been told your whole life that being a good man is enough. Be kind, be generous, be available, do everything right, and you'll be loved. But no one warned you that being good without being grounded turns you into something she can't trust. Women don't leave because you're not good enough. They leave because you're not anchored. She needs to feel that even when the world collapses, you won't. That your emotions won't swing wildly based on her mood, her attention, or her approval. Because if you can't control yourself, how can you protect her from anything? A woman's loyalty isn't tied to your kindness. It's tied to your stability. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be rich. But you do have to be emotionally unshakable. That doesn't mean cold or distant. It means calm in chaos, present in silence, strong without shouting. She needs to feel your presence not because you're holding her tightly out of fear, but because you're holding yourself together with purpose. Every woman tests, consciously or unconsciously, not because she wants to hurt you, but because she needs to know, will you break if she pulls away, cries, criticizes, or challenges you? These moments, these tiny emotional storms, aren't about her being difficult. They're about her trying to feel safe. If you react with anger, panic, or desperation, she feels more alone with you than without you. But if you stay steady, soft yet strong, she relaxes. Not because you pass some game, but because her nervous system finally stops bracing for impact. You want her to trust you? Then be a man she doesn't have to emotionally babysit. Stop explaining your worth. Live it. Stop chasing reassurance. Become your own certainty. Not through arrogance or ego, but through quiet mastery of yourself, your discipline, your purpose, your ability to walk through emotional fire without losing your direction. Understand this. She doesn't want a perfect man. She wants a man who doesn't crumble, a man who can love her without losing himself in the process. Because the moment she feels you need her more than you know yourself, she starts planning her exit in silence, not to betray you, but to save herself. So ask yourself, are you her peace, or are you another storm she has to survive? The answer to that question is the difference between a woman who stays and a woman who slowly disappears while still lying next to you. One day she'll stand there, maybe in your kitchen, maybe in your arms, and she'll feel it. Not the flowers you bought, not the vacations you paid for, not the promises you made. She'll feel whether your presence is a place she can rest or a place she has to escape. And that decision, that quiet, invisible choice will determine everything. Women don't stay because of history. They stay because of how their heart feels in your world, safe, seen, and steady, or anxious, unseen, and alone even when you're right beside her. You can't demand loyalty. You can't bargain for it. You become a man she's loyal to by becoming a man loyal to himself first. A man who wakes up with purpose. A man who is not led by his emotions, but aware of them, able to hold them like steady hands hold fire, warm, strong, controlled. She needs to feel that your love is a choice, not a plea, that you want her, but don't need her to breathe. Because the moment your identity depends on her love, she loses the ability to trust yours. This is where most men break. They think strength means never feeling pain, never crying, never needing anyone. No, real strength is built in silence. In those nights you sit with your own heartbreak and choose growth instead of bitterness. It's when you stop blaming women, stop blaming love, and start mastering the one thing you can control: yourself, your mind, your character, your direction. When you become that man, calm, clear, committed to his path, everything changes. She doesn't stay because she has to. She stays because your presence feels like home, not a cage, not a competition, but a place where her heart doesn't have to fight to be understood. And if she still leaves, you don't collapse, because your soul is rooted in something deeper than her approval. So now I'll ask you, are you ready to stop chasing love and start becoming the kind of man love chases? Are you willing to let go of who you were to step into who you're meant to be? Tell me in the comments, what hit you the hardest in this video? And before you scroll away, like this video, subscribe for more real truths no one tells men, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this right now. Your life doesn't change when you hear the truth. It changes when you act on it.